Hi.
We've been gone for a while, but today we're back to start the year off with a Q&A video.
Yes, it is a new year. We are back. We are starting on a new tradition. Well, technically picking up from last year where we started the year with a Q&A video. It's always good to start the year with a new updated Q&A video because it's been a year. So much has changed. There are new people here, new subscribers to the channel. Hello. Hi, new people.
Hi.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. So we created a post on the community tab here on YouTube asking if you guys had any questions for a Q&A video. We also posted on our Instagrams and you guys gave us literally hundreds of questions. So we are going to be picking our favorites out of those to answer for you guys today. Starting with the questions that you guys asked on the YouTube community tab. So let's go.
Okay, so the first question we're going to answer is from someone called RandomGothCouple 6665. We're starting to wonder if we should read your names out or not. Stay tuned to find out. So the question was, classic question, favorite goth movie of all time.
What makes a goth movie? Is
it goth or gothic? I said it's goth, not gothic.
Goth, not gothic. That's my question.
But I'm sure like a lot of movies are popping into your head right now, straight away.
Yeah, but I'm like, am I missing something? Do they mean like something specific? Are there goth movies? Like the way there's like mod movies, like the way The Who made a movie? Or
movies that goths enjoy.
Like gothic movies. I mean, The Crow, what a cop-out. It's so easy. But yeah, The Crow.
Honestly, The Crow is up there for sure.
Incredible. It's beautiful to look at. It's sad, like one of the most perfect movies I think ever made. Just like aesthetically, story-wise, the casting, like it's incredible and it's so moody all throughout. We need to rewatch it. It's on Netflix finally.
Yeah, I keep being like, no, it's too sad. I watched it like over 100 times growing up and now as an adult, it just hits me so much harder. I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah, I totally understand that. It is. It's one of those things where you're probably going to be sad after watching it, but like, doesn't that just make it more goth?
The soundtrack as well is really good though.
Yeah, soundtrack's incredible. Great songs on it. Burn by the Cure is on there. I finally saw them perform it live when we went to see them in December and I was like, oh, it's the moment. The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people as well, their makeup and stuff and their looks is definitely inspired by the Crow's look as well, which Conor's always like, I don't...
Alright, okay, if you're going to bring that up. So Brandon Lee looks incredible in that movie and the makeup is iconic. But I always get a little bit offended when people say to me in public, oh, you look like the Crow.
Your makeup today.
And I don't know why that is. I don't know, it feels derogatory. I know it's not.
Probably like people saying to me, you look like Wednesday Addams or
yeah,
something.
I don't know why. I shouldn't take it in offense because it is a compliment because Brandon Lee was an incredibly good looking human. The makeup was really cool. But I don't know, every time someone says it to me in public, I'm just like, thanks, but it isn't offensive. I just take it that way and I don't know why.
So I was actually going to say The Crow as well. I think a lot of us would like to say The Crow. But I did have a second movie in my head, which is Donnie Darko. I feel like this is a movie that a lot of goths enjoy. The soundtrack is very goth. They have a lot of amazing songs on the soundtrack. For example, Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division and The Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen. I'm trying to think of the others, but I can't really think of the others right now. But I would recommend checking it out on Spotify. There's a playlist on there that you can check out. Other than that, I'm trying to think and I'm like thinking of Queen of the Damned because that is like my aesthetic 100%. Like it inspires me so much all of the time. But I'm like, could you say that's goth? It's more new metal.
It's a new metal movie.
But the songs feel very gothic and dark. But I think a lot of goths would like that movie. So I'm gonna also say that movie.
Honourable mentions go to Bram Stoker's Dracula because that movie is incredible. Costume in it is just beautiful. And the OG Interview with the Vampire.
Yes.
Yeah. Next question was from Lewis Napton. Hello, Lewis. A regular viewer of the channel and supporter. Addams Family or the Munsters? Easy. Addams Family every time. I know.
I'm kind of giving Lily Munster.
I was going to say, yeah. I know you're really giving Lily Munster right now, but Addams Family. I never got the Munsters.
No. And the new one as well. Looks great. Didn't get it.
I disagree. I don't even think it looks great. I think it looks like...
I like the lighting and some of the backgrounds, which says a lot about it. A lot of people said they really like the backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, we really tried to give Rob Zombie's The Munsters a good shake and No.
I feel like the Addams family really inspires us every day, and like the goal is to be like the Addams family and live in a big creepy mansion. It's just life goals.
I think we were the right age demographic too for the 90s Addams Family movies. Like, we were young when they came out, so we grew up watching Addams Family and Addams Family Values. So I feel like it had a more profound effect on us as young people, and now it's like nostalgic for us watching it back. Whereas I never had that connection with the Munsters because I didn't really discover the Munsters.
Yeah, I feel like it's different. It depends on like who you grew up with, you know, who you grew up watching, because you might have a sentimental value as well and remember a time from watching that, and we don't have that, but I know a lot of my friends have that and they really love the Munsters, and I completely get that. It's just, it's kind of one of those things, like, you know, it's either one or the other for the most part.
So the next question is from Ruby Rogers Daughter 75. The next question is from Ruby Rogers. What is your favorite animal? Kwai Bat Fangs. What possibly is your favorite animal?
Cats.
Yeah.
It's not easy to go and pet a bat, you know.
Very true.
But it's easy to go and pet a cat. So I definitely have like a closer bond with cats, you know. If I see a cat out on the street, I'll be like, hey, be my friend. I mean, if I see a bat in the sky, I'm always like, oh, but it doesn't happen very often here. I know in some countries you might like be able to just see a load of bats flying around, and you might even be able to see them up close, but we don't really have that here. And obviously, like, you can't have a pet bat, it just wouldn't be right. And you can have a pet cat, which we hope in the future to have a pet cat. But yeah, definitely cats, but bats are a close second.
What I'm hearing is you need more physical contact with bats.
Yes. I haven't been close enough to a bat, you know.
I don't know, to be honest. I'm not really sure. I like birds aesthetically, I think is
You would like a crow.
Yeah, is my thing. I do like birds. A crow or a raven. From an aesthetic standpoint, they're my favorite sort of animal to look at and just generally observe. And like ravens are like, and crows are really smart. They're like incredibly smart animals. They can speak. That was terrifying when I found that out. They're like parrots. They're Goth parrots.
Not all of them. Don't go around trying.
Yeah. No, all of them can talk. So if you speak to a crow on the street and it doesn't answer you, he just doesn't like you. That's his thing. He's just ignoring you. But yeah, crows are ravens, corvids in general, I guess, which is cliche, but I do genuinely have like a big interest in them. So that's the answer to 2 questions already so far is the crow and crows.
It's funny because I'm looking around the bedroom as well, and I'm seeing like a lot of bat plushies and stuff, and I'm like,
oh, definitely love
that's
cats.
As far as we can go. Cuddling a bat is like
and the worm is coming with him. Also a worm.
Pretend you didn't see that, okay?
Can you tell we don't own pets? We fill the void with plushies of the animals that we like. Look how amazing it would be if I had one. I could just keep him. I could just have him here all the time. He could fly away, do what he wanted and come back.
Bring presents.
Yeah, and bring us gifts. Just random trash. We love random trash.
If you just feed one out the window, it could come back every day.
Very true. Very true.
We'll start a whole new YouTube channel just for that.
Is that going to be my character arc for 2023? I'm just going to turn into one of those weird old people who have like a relationship with the birds in their neighborhood. Yeah, genuinely, that might be it. Look out for the new channel. Random Ornithological. Is that it? Is that the bird study? Ornithology? Random Ornithology Couple. Random.
Well, I'm not including this.
Oh, it's just me?
It's you and
just Random Goth Ornithology.
So next question is from J. Addams. This one I feel like is going to be a bit controversial. Would you be considered goth if you only listen to bands like The Cure, Sisters of Mercy, Susie and the Banshees, Joy Division, Bauhaus, Christian Death, and such?
Yeah, next question. I would lean heavily towards yes, because they are all very important bands within the goth subculture and its formation and creation. But it also sort of depends on you as a person. You could listen to all those bands and also not be goth, you know what I mean? I don't know, when you're into Bauhaus, Christian Death and Sisters of Mercy, you are leaning pretty heavily, when they're all combined, you're leaning pretty heavily into goth. But it depends really on you as a person as well. Like, if you are interested in the subculture and you identify with it yourself and you like all those bands, then yeah, absolutely. I suppose the argument here, or why you think it's controversial, is because they're, I don't want to say surface level, but they are almost like surface level bands. I mean, once you're listening to Christian Death, you've kind of gone down the rabbit hole, I guess, a bit. But because they're sort of like surface level bands, and people, the internet and people nowadays are like, they're almost like poser bands, and you have to delve deeper and listen to this band who has 12 monthly listeners on Spotify, who only record on a 4-track tape recorder, and that's from the 70s, and all their music, like all that stuff. I'm like, no, like, do you like goth music? Do you like the goth subculture? Do you like the mindset? Do you like the fashion? You don't have to dress in it necessarily. You don't have to paint your face. You don't have to do any of that stuff. As long as you have sort of an active interest in it, then I would say yes, 100%. It's not really anyone else's business either, like you like what you like, you identify with what you identify. So if you listen to all those bands and you consider yourself a goth, then I'd back you on that 100%.
I guess you have to think about it in the other way as well. Like, somebody could listen to those bands, and then if someone's like, hey, what bands do you like? And then they name those bands and other bands, they go, oh, so you're goth. And they might be like, no, I'm not goth, I just listen to that music. And they're like, but that makes you goth. And they're like, no, I'm not goth. That's something that people don't really think about. It's normally people saying you're not goth and them saying that they are goth. So that's something to think about for sure. Like, I have friends that listen to like metal music. Like, they could listen to little bits of Slipknot and stuff. But then someone would go, oh, you're a metalhead. And I go, I'm not a metalhead. I only listen to like a bit of Slipknot, like one song. I like one song or two songs. But to say you like all of these bands, and if you listen to them often enough, like, and you didn't just hear them once and say, oh, I don't hate that. That's another thing. Like we always joke about the reason I found the band The Cure is through my nanny, like my grandma, and we always say, oh, my Lynn's grandma's goth. Is my grandma goth? I don't think so. I'll ask her next time. But just because she listened to The Cure does not in fact make my grandmother goth.
The music definitely is a very important part of the subculture. Once you actively enjoy it and then you identify with the subculture, I think then everything else does not really matter, like, you don't have to dress a certain way, you don't have to do a certain type of makeup. If you listen to the music and you enjoy, and you don't have to delve deep, you don't have to find the deep cuts, you don't have to find all these underground bands and stuff. Like, I'd recommend it, because if you enjoy these bands, there are probably a lot more bands that you will enjoy that are less well known, but there's nothing wrong with enjoying the surface level mainstream goth bands. It doesn't exclude you from the subculture. So this one is from Foxwolf9332. A lot of numbers in the usernames. Yeah. It's
if names are taken, then you just...
Oh, it's because it's YouTube handles now. I've just realised. Wow, I'm dumb. Yeah, YouTube has handles now. So whatever your channel name was, if you didn't pick a handle, they just like made your channel name the handle and then added numbers to it if there was someone else that had a similar one. So this next question is from Fox Wolf. What do you do when you meet fans in real life? Sweat profusely. Panic, I think is the right word. I'm terrible at that. I'm really, really, really bad at it. I'm so sorry to any viewers of the channel who have met us in real life. I deeply apologize. I'm just so awkward. See, this is the thing I think people... Because it's been said to me before, what do you mean you're awkward? Like, you have a YouTube channel where you like make videos and talk all the time, and you post pictures on Instagram, and you make TikToks and stuff, and like, I've seen you like do videos on these things outside. There's no way, like, you're really awkward. I suffer really incredibly, like, cripplingly badly with anxiety. It affects me like daily, all the time, to the point that I've sort of like structured my life around things that give me the least amount of anxiety. Like, I have a controlled level of things I can do and participate in that it doesn't reduce me to a ball of like sweat and tears, like a hyperventilating ball of sweat and tears in a corner. It's all very carefully structured so that I'm never pushing my limits too far. And I love to meet people who are fans of the channel, viewers of the channel, fans of Lynn and stuff like that. It's always amazing because it's crazy to see someone in real life who actually cares, because in my mind I'm like, no one cares, like no one cares at all about anything we do. So it's great.
So we're always shocked. People actually watch our videos, even though the evidence is there, the proof is there. We just don't see it like that.
Human brains are like hardwired to not take in sort of any positive information. We just focus on like the bad things are sort of more prominent. So I always love meeting people and I love hearing from you guys, but I am just terrible socially and I never have any idea what to say, and that's my big problem. So every time we meet someone in real life who is a viewer of the channel or something like that, and they're like, hi, I like your videos or anything like that, I just never know what to do. I'm just always like, oh hi, nice to meet you, thanks so much.
I'm sure it's never actually as bad as he thinks that it is. Like,
I think it's
quite away.
Yeah, I think it's 100% worse in my head.
Because I've been there.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm thinking you're just going, ah.
Yeah. Like I'm internally screaming and I'm just like sweating and hyperventilating and stuff. But I just never know what to say past that. I'm like, thank you so much. You know, like I just my mouth doesn't work, my brain doesn't work, and I just panic and I just get really awkward.
But then I come in.
Yes, and that's what I'm incredibly thankful for, that Lynn is social and incredibly good at that sort of stuff, because
Sometimes.
I am just not.
Hopefully, you know, the more often it happens, then Conor will kind of get used to it and won't be like straight away like, oh, what's happening? Just be like, oh, okay, I know what's happening here, you know, it's not a new thing. But yeah, I'm sometimes shocked. It's actually happened a lot. For example, we went to LA. And it happened a lot over in LA. We went to see Motionless in White, and a lot of people in the line were calling our names. We're calling Random Goth Couple. And we were probably very awkward about that because we were not expecting that at all, because it was just so many people. And it was just a shock because we had posted about like, oh, we're going, like who's going and stuff, and nobody like replied. So we weren't expecting it. So that was a huge shock. At home, it happens sometimes, but not very often compared to America. So I think that was like probably the first time we ever really got to meet a lot of fans. Yeah, like 100%. If you see us, do come and say hi. Sometimes I'm eating. If you see me and I'm eating, probably all the time. So completely understand that you're like, well, I'm gonna go say hi because you're always eating. Once I'm not like, if you see me stuff in my face.
There's a whole chicken wing in my mouth. Maybe give it 5 minutes.
But other than that, yeah, 100% come and say hi. I will literally just say hello. I'm happy to get pictures. I'm happy to chat, whatever. I'm very sociable, and like I do try and answer all your messages here and on all my medias and stuff like that. And I talk to everybody on Twitch and stuff like that. If you do see us and I'm just beside Conor, just come and say hi to me first.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people know it's Conor first, especially at shows, because Conor's tall.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is because the height difference between us is so profound, and I'm a big guy. I'm very noticeable in public, so people always recognize me first, and that's why it tends to be people come to me first. If you see me, look around and you will see Lynn.
I'll be there hiding in the back somewhere.
Yeah.
So the next question I have is from Sanas. If you could look into the future, what do you think you are doing, and are you still alternative?
How far in the future?
Yeah, because I'm thinking like we could go into it and be like, oh, in a few years from now, but I think it's funnier to think
Elderly.
I'm like 80 years old and I'm in a rocking chair and I'm listening to some heavy metal. I'm listening to some Slipknot. I keep mentioning Slipknot. It's always Slipknot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever you want to like just think of something, it's always Slipknot. I'm listening to Slipknot and I'm just there rocking back and forth. That's how it is. I still have my makeup on. I'm still dressed this way. Probably still wearing this exact outfit. I can imagine at night I'm taking my dentures out and my dentures are just full. Fangs, teeth, everything, and I'm just like, and they're out and they're just in a coffin shaped cup like this. I have 5 cats. Only 5. That's my future.
Yeah,
Conor's there.
I'm
He's
there.
also headbanging.
Yeah, I'm
to
there.
Slipknot.
Thanks.
He also has
Thanks for the
dentures.
addition. I also have dentures, definitely. Yeah, my brain immediately skips to elderly as well, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm retired. Am I still alternative? Yes. Probably not doing the makeup as much, but still dressing the same way. And if I've any hair left on my head, it's still gonna be dyed black, I'd say. But thinking a few years from now, like if we just go like 10 years into the future, I'd still like to be doing this. I'd still like to be making videos. I'd still like to be traveling, seeing the world.
Bird watching.
Bird watching, yeah, definitely.
That channel will go until we're 80 years old.
Yeah, that one will probably be the one we keep up the longest. It'd still definitely be alternative. Still making music, hopefully. Most importantly, just happy and able to afford food. That's it. That's all. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple creature. That's all I want. Somewhere to live, able to afford food, spending time with you, and just seeing the world and doing stuff.
And 5 cats.
And 5 cats, yeah.
But yeah, we've been like alternative since the age of like 10. And of course, people were like, you're gonna grow out of it. It's a phase. It's not a phase, Mom. I'm old now. It's just like, without a thought, you know, we're not really thinking about it. It's just comes naturally to us, like to dress like this and to look like this. So I don't think that's gonna change at all.
So the next question is from Nina Garcia. Hi, Conor and Lynn. Hi, Nina. Love you guys so much and watch all your videos. My question for you guys is, what is the advice you have for newcomers in the goth subculture like myself? I look up to you guys and I would love to get some advice. Oh, thank you so much. Lynn, what advice do you have for newcomers in the goth subculture?
Well, without thinking about it, the first thing that comes into my mind is just do your own thing. Don't let any gatekeepers say anything to you to put you off doing something that you want to do. You know, nobody can tell you how goth you are and how goth you're not and all of this kind of stuff. That's like the main thing I would say to anybody coming into it right now. I think we didn't really have the internet. I'm aging ourselves now. We had the internet, but it wasn't like as accessible as it is now. So I feel like with the internet, you know, you get a lot of trolls and a lot of gatekeepers telling you, you know, what you have to do to be goth and what you don't have to do. And we would never want to be like that. The last thing we want to do is tell you what you have to do to be goth. You know, if you have an interest in the music, if you tell us you're goth, then you're goth. You don't have to dress a certain way or look a certain way. So that's definitely the first thing I would say, is just to do your own thing, do what makes you happy. If you want to listen to some pop music, that does not take away from you being goth. A lot of people will have a lot to say, and just do whatever makes you happy. Listen to whatever makes you happy. And once you're doing that, then you're all good. Yeah,
that's incredibly good advice. It does unfortunately require sort of thick skin to be like in an alternative subculture, because you do get, unfortunately, any alternative subculture, you do unfortunately get a lot of hate and just people kind of like telling you what to do and telling you that you're not what you think you are and stuff like that. And then obviously the general public can be a little unwelcome if you look unusual or different from the norm. But the most important thing is that you are true to yourself. No one else can tell you about yourself. You know, you are your own person. Find what you like and enjoy it, and don't let anyone else kind of like bully you out of enjoying something. I would also say experiment with styles and different ways of doing things. Get a weird haircut. Try out a weird haircut that you like. Try it and just see how it goes. Dye your hair a weird color and see if you like it. Dress in different ways. Listen to lots of different music and find things that you enjoy. Find your own personal path and don't let anyone else tell you what to do. Experiment with everything. Try different things. Try different styles. Try different makeups. Try different music. Be weird.
But yeah, we hope that helps a little bit. If not, then we are planning to make a lot more videos helping baby bats and with like makeup, music, everything.
Yeah, we are planning on doing sort of a new series on the channel this year that's more just like basics and stuff to when you're getting into the subculture. Not in like a condescending way, just sort of like
in a helpful way.
In a helpful way. Things that you might enjoy and things that might help you along your journey in the alternative subcultures.
Yeah. Just easy ways as well of doing things. As well, like money wise, like we want to try and help people with cheap stuff. We definitely want to do like a thrifting thing and stuff like that. So I look forward to doing that.
I just fixed the camera. I did not realize it was slowly tilting throughout the whole video.
Don't tell them, because then they'll know.
Sorry. I am so sorry. Right, this next one is from Instagram, and I really want to answer this one because it came up a few times. It is from Judian on Instagram. They said, have you ever thought of continuing the subculture styles series? I got that a few times on Instagram. I think it came up once or twice on the YouTube comment section, and in general it sort of comes up in the YouTube comments semi-frequently. It's been like a year. I don't know how it's been like a year since we did the start of that series, but yes, definitely 100% that is one of the main things I actually want to continue doing on this channel, other than the Goths Guide like travel series and then like basic stuff. The problem is they take time, they take effort, because it's not just like filming sitting down in the room. It's like multiple camera angles and different like setups and stuff, and most importantly importantly, they take money, because if we don't have things that we need for them, which to be honest, we have most of the stuff we need for them, then we have to buy stuff for the videos as well. If I'm being really honest with you, we want to try, and we have tried to get companies to work with us on the series so they could like sponsor it and we could have certain items of clothing from those companies to do it. It hasn't come to fruition yet. We just need like 1 or 2 more things to make the videos as good as humanly possible and as accurate as humanly possible. But yes, this year I guarantee we will continue it. There will be at least one other, if it kills me, there will be at least one other Subculture Styles video this year. I am hoping to be able to get one up every second month. Very happy that you guys enjoyed that series. Very happy with the response to that series. We haven't forgotten about it. It's not dead. We are going to continue it, okay? I promise. I'm sorry, and I promise. We will continue it.
Okay, so the next question is from Golnari Parvaresh. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. Are you going to Maraluna this year? Yes, we do hope to go to Maraluna this year. The lineup is absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, I feel like it's one of the best that they've had in years, but it could be just because they have a lot of my favorite bands there. Last time when we were leaving Maraluna, somebody asked, what bands would you like to see next year? And my list was London After Midnight. They are in fact on the list. The 69 Eyes. They are on the list. I said him. Phil Vallo is going to be playing.
And he's playing him songs. And
he's playing him songs and his own songs. So it's like, someone answered my questions. We're very excited. We have been getting everything organised for going to Maraluna this year. We do hope to make a video helping people plan their trip to Maraluna, how to pack, what to pack, things like that as well. So I'm very excited about that. But yeah, we're also going to be going to Download Festival this year. The lineup is absolutely amazing. Again, they have Phil Vallo. So we'll be seeing Phil Vallo again. Slipknot. Ghost are going to be there, Bring Me the Horizon, a lot of bands. Too many to name, honestly.
I'm excited to see Evanescence. I've never seen Evanescence live, and Evanescence were like one of my favourite bands when I was in my early teens. Placebo are playing, haven't seen them either, really excited to see Placebo. So yeah, we are going to be at Download and Maraluna this year. Unfortunately, I think that means that we won't be at Wave Gothic Treffen. Every single year, we're like, next year is gonna be the year that we go to Wave Gothic Treffen. So excited, can't wait to do it. And then every year, it's just not feasible with other stuff that we have planned. But 2024, I am making it our business to go to Wave Gothic because we've never been. It looks incredible. Really want to see and experience that. 2024, we're making it happen. But very excited for Download and absolutely cannot wait to be back at Maraluna again. It's like the happiest place on earth. It's like Disneyland for Goths.
It really is. So for my Instagram questions, I'm going to answer one from Lone with Geneveld. Sorry. And they asked, if you couldn't dress gothic, what would you dress like? It's
an easy answer for me because I already do this. I would probably wear a lot of dark techwear and stuff like that. If I'm just going to the supermarket or if I'm just flying out to do something really quick, I will generally be dressed in dark techwear stuff, and I absolutely love that style. I always do try spin it towards alternative and dark, but I definitely could survive just dressing in that style. It's very comfy, it's very practical because I always have like 50 pockets, so I can always carry like as much stuff as I need to. I would definitely wear that all the time. I was gonna default and be like, well, if I can't dress gothic, I'll dress emo as hell, bro. I'm gonna be wearing skinny jeans, Converse, I'm gonna have 3 studded belts,
but you wouldn't.
I'm gonna have an extra small band tee on, way too many wrists. Never mind. Easy answer for you as well, I think, actually.
What do you think?
You could wear pink all the time.
I would go the complete opposite.
Yeah.
It would shock people, but I would probably go for like sweet Lolita fashion. So big pink bows, big pink dresses, everything pink. Because that's kind of like my other side anyways, so. Or any kind of like J fashion type of thing like that, I'd be definitely into that. He did kind of make me think maybe I will go emo and have like big scene hair and everything like that. But I'm not sure if I would do that every day. I don't know if I'd find myself comfortable in that, but I mean, would I be comfortable? comfortable in Sweet Lolita every day. Probably not. It would be a mix between like a grungy look. Like I'd probably just wear like a baggy band t-shirt, baggy pants, and then some days when I'm dressing up, Sweet Lolita.
Well, that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for all of your questions. I wish we could have answered them all, but we would literally be here for days. It would be hours upon hours of video, so I'm very sorry. But the next time we are live streaming here on YouTube, drop in. We are always just hanging out on YouTube when we're streaming live. We're just hanging out, talking to you guys, answering questions and stuff. So if you do see that, drop in and ask us a question and we'd be happy to answer it. So as always, thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you enjoyed it, and until next time, see you in your nightmares.